All right, how's it going? I'm hungover, and I just got done watching about, I want to say like maybe 20 hours of Evo footage. I watched as many tournaments as I could stomach watching the entire top 8 for, and I tried to watch as much as I could of Tekken 8 on stream. I'm glad that they revealed Armor King, though, because as soon as I saw him, and as soon as I was live streaming and I watched Arslan Ash, and whoever else was destroying Nobi and JDCR, I said, I think it's time for me to go get dinner and turn the stream off, and I was absolutely correct. So there was a lot of good, there was a lot of bad, and there was a lot of in-between at EVO, but I think it was a pretty good EVO. I wish I had gone. It looked pretty fun. But we're just going to go through the quick hitter now because I watched everything, even the stuff I don't really play, just to see what the vibes were and how things are going. We're going to start with Mortal Kombat 1. This was really just not interesting to watch. I thought the more I watched and the more I tried to have a good time, the more I got annoyed that a lot of the coolest characters I've seen in this game are all like, all the coolest designs they did are all cameos. It's like Jax, Madame Bo, whatever the hell, who else, Tremor. There was just a lot of cool shit, but all the cool shit seemed to be cameos showing up to do like one cool move and then some Cyrax combo because Sonic Fox just bulldozed everybody. Just don't like the look of the characters in this game. It looks weird. I don't understand this game. This game's whack. I don't like it. I saw Reiko. That was nice. I forget who was playing him. It might have been Hourglass of Rain. I forget. But I saw Reiko and it was just whatever. But just this game, I don't know. It's not for me. A lot of people aren't really excited about it. It's nice to see Sonic Fox get another win because much like Mena RD or Arslan Ash or ET, he's just like, there's a lot of really good players that they just show up at EVO and they say, I know what I need to do to win and I'm going to do it. And Sonic Fox is one of those players. So he kicked the shit out of everybody. And I think Seth Killian interviewed him and he says, this game's dead as hell, man. So I think Mortal Kombat, we're just waiting for the movie to come out right now. I don't know what's going on with this game. All right, usually I'm not a big fan of anime. But if you watch any top 8 of any game at this EVO, go make it Under Night in Birth 2. I tried this game. I refunded it just because it wasn't for me. I don't really like the roster as much as I wish I did. Akatsuki and Enkidu and stuff are fine, but this game just feels weird to me. But however, I did admit in playing it, I said, okay, the OST is great. Roster's pretty diverse. The DLC characters look pretty neat. I like the look of Ogre. I can get down with watching a top 8. I'm not going to play this myself, but I will watch. It's like I'm on some Aris Street Fighter 4 era technology. I ain't playing that shit, but I'll watch it. I'll watch it. It's enjoyable. And boy, did you get rewarded for it this year. I'm not going to spoil how it happens, but definitely the grand finals. You're going to want to watch. Pretty much all of this is very good. There's even some character diversity. I think I saw Mika in there, which I don't even like that character, but sometimes it's fun to see her breaking out. And this one was dope. And also, the Fish Girl looks kind of nice. I'm not going to go play this, but this game's cruising along much like Grand Blue is. It's like, if you like it and you're into this style, then have at it, man. It's a good game. Would recommend. Okay, so Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was kind of bunk. I was just watching Chaos, just Scott Summers his ass all the way up and down top 8, which was fine. It was nice seeing Combo Fiend try to scrap it out, and there was a couple of, it seemed, I think watching this, there were a lot of rounds that started to become comebacks, but then every player just kind of fell back on the mechanics and just dominated. It's a little too, it's a little too long in the tooth. This is like Virtua Fighter 5 a bit. It's nice. You can still enjoy it, but it's just old, man. We need some new sauce. So I decided to focus more on, when Marvel was happening, I decided to focus more on watching some Tokon footage, and I was really excited to see, like, what the flow of the game is going to be. Is this going to be a Marvel game where you're calling assists, you're doing touch of death? No, not at all. This game actually looks like it's got a really Grand Blue feel to it, because the combos looked like 3-hitters into specials, and then you can do like target combos that have your team show up. But the mechanics where you assemble your team and like they show up if you meet certain criteria, like you land a throw or you land like a wall splat or you land a stage transition or you lose a round, and the fact that you get the assemble team, and then if you want, you can play with one character, you can not use the assists as much, you can use them more, you can swap out. The way it looked amazing, and it looks like they took a lot of lessons from 2 games in particular, which is Grand Blue Fantasy and DBZF, who ArcSys have had a hand in both of those. So I'm actually really excited for this now, and that's why I'm playing Grand Blue more. And the good thing is Grand Blue's also improving, so I think that's really interesting to see the way Tokon looks. It looks like its own thing, but it also looks like it's pulling from a bunch of different games. It's got the DBZF Dragon Rush kind of throw system going, where you kind of zoom in and you do enforce the throw if the opponent doesn't break it with that same animation. It's got a lot of similar stuff to older games going on, but also it's doing its own thing, and it's looking great in motion. It just looks amazing. So I asked a friend who got to play Tokon that went to EVO what they thought, and they said, yeah, Grand Blue plus DBZF sounds about right. I think he called it an apt description, which that's got me excited, because now I'm really excited, so I can't wait for that game. Speak of the devil, I kind of shelved Grand Blue just because I was saying to myself, well, Tekken's kind of my game more just because it's more popular, and Grand Blue is like, whatever, there's a lack of impact. However, that was until I found a couple characters I really like Soriz and Versusia, whatever her name is, big, tall, Shiva-looking, hair all over the place, throwing plasma at you, calling pillars like Gargos and shit. She's cool. Vasaraga's cool. The roster won me over, even the Rat Girl and like the new ones. Even when you got Beatrix, who's essentially just Soul Bad Guy with the Time Sword or whatever she's doing, this roster got good. So the top 8 was also good, and I think Wilnas looks really cool because he's just like taller fire Soras. But he's also got, I guess he doesn't have a forward L or a 6-6 L, and like there's a lot of changes they're making to this game that I like. But beyond anything, I think this might be the easiest game to get your friends into, because there's a free-to-play version, and this game, you can pick it up in one day and just be mashing. You just have your friends, you tell them, okay, here's the special buttons, here's how you do the dodge, here's how you do the get off me defensive tool, and here's how you use the, just mash the confirm into big-ass combos. You just hit 1, 2, 3 button special, 1, 2, 3 button special, just keep doing that and you're all set. You can get to mashing in this game and have a good time really quick. And it doesn't waste your time like Tekken does with all the heat engagers and the rage art animations. There's super animations, but they're quick and snappy and they look good in this game. I think that's really noticeable in the top 8, because the top 8 was good too. Even though there was some busted characters, like that guy Grimner, whatever this guy in the screen with the lances. He sets up seals like he's Kane from Fatal Fury a little bit, and then he blows up, he just kicks your ass. Aside from that, great game. Love it. I'm going to start playing it again. I'm going to start playing it for real. So we're going to try to level up with Wilnas and Soriz. Maybe Versusia. I'm going to play a couple characters. I like the roster. I'm playing this shit. It was also a fun watch. It was good character diversity. Next up is Guilty Gear, and I'll tell you right now, Cyberpunk 2077 is one of my favorite games. I haven't even streamed it, really. I just love that shit. I'm trying to clear it myself. Maybe I'll start streaming it when I figure out some fun speedrun builds or some kind of thing to do, but that game is just the shit. I love Cyberpunk style. I like the game. I like the board game. I like the movies. I like the show. I like anything having to do with Cyberpunk. The vibes are my favorite vibes. It's, you know, just incredible to look at. And so is she. Lucy looked really good in motion, and also the top 8 for Strive wasn't bad. There was a lot of really good matches. I liked this guy right here, this boy. He was a really good Potemkin. I liked seeing Daru Ino showing up. Jack was getting fucked up. It's always nice when you see the Happy Chaos player not even remotely touching top 3. And also Keishu Watamu, he's a hella good Johnny, so it's nice to see, who did Red Ditto play? Was that, am I thinking of, was that May? No. Oh, it was Ram Lethal, yeah. So there's like, Strive is just odd to me though, because it's got a lot going on, but it's in this weird spot where I think the devs said, it depends. We don't know what's going on with Strive, but it depends on how this next season goes. But then you turn around and talk to Strive players, and they're like, those guys are crazy. The last 2 patches were fucking insanity. Like, they made Potemkin top 1. Like, they killed Potemkin, then made him top 1, then nerfed him again. And that's like the whole game, is they do like these weird out-of-the-blue changes, and then just kind of let you sit there with it. And then the game still has its own insular community that's still like at war with the other Guilty Gear games. I shouldn't say at war. It's just, it's weird. There's this weird dichotomy of people who actually play the game and people that just talk about it on Twitter. But then I watch the game and it looks pretty fun. And then I see the UI and I'm just like, it's so ugly. There's so much about this game. This game's like Fatal Fury to me. It's just weird. I don't want to grind it, but I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Speaking of which, Fatal Fury, it was a good watch. Like, the game was good. E.T. was, I think he won KOF 15. Like, I was watching some of that. I'm not going to review every game. I'm just reviewing the top 8 games. But E.T. it was nice seeing him go that far, because in a lot of other Fatal Fury stuff, he's like always in top 8, but he's not actually clearing, or he's not actually winning. I don't know the actual outcomes for every Fatal Fury event globally, because I've been kind of avoiding the game. I didn't like playing it early on. I think this game was kind of a scam, but they're fixing it in a pretty good way so far. They're doing a lot of stuff that's good, And Ken looks nice, and it looks like they're nerfing a lot of damage. They're nerfing the top tiers. They're trying to get some character buffs in there. I saw a bunch of buffs for Tazak. I saw a bunch of buffs for, like, who else got buffed? I think Salvatore, my guy, But this game doesn't make me want to play it just because I feel like it's never going to hit the peak. It's not even going to get, like, a fraction of the players of Street Fighter 6, which is, like, I can just wait until the eventual CVS 3, which has got to be around the corner. These guys are collabing way too much to not have another game planned. So it's like I'm just kind of sitting here waiting for CVS 3. That said, much like Eunice, this game is fun to watch. So you don't have to play it to enjoy it. Just like watch the old heads that play this, because there's a lot of really, really good players from other games. Fenrich was in there. There's a lot of old heads. Koji Kog, he used to be a Street Fighter, but he's like old school player. Goichi is like he's like Fudo, just one of the most wholesome dudes who's just a fucking beast, and you just see him in bracket and you're like, God damn, this guy is hard to crack open. This guy blocks like he doesn't give a fuck about the universe. It's insane. Just the way you gotta it was a fun watch. So ET versus Go 1 was really good, and the top 8 wasn't bad, but I still have this weird feeling as somebody who bought the game, like they still gotta win me back. So I'm not gonna play it, but Ken looks cool. There's some buffs. I'll try the game after I maybe finish platinuming another game like Street Fighter or Grand Blue, but I'm going to wait for a couple more patches to play this myself. But I will say a top 8 is worth watching because this game goes by pretty quick. This game's like Grand Blue. It's worth watching the top 8. It flows pretty quickly. It's fun. It's easy to get in and mash with. They just changed a lot of good stuff. Like they made Smart Style easier to use, and the game's on sale. So for $30, I wouldn't say it's worth it. I'd say it's like a $20 game because it's so goddamn old feeling. But you be the judge. I don't really care. I was going to glaze this game heavy because I like Tazak and I like B. Jennett and I like Terry Bogard, but this game kind of sucks. They got to win me back if I actually want to play it again. Tekken 8, I'm mainly a Tekken channel, and I love Armor King. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. He might be like top 1 my favorite fighting game character in any fighting game ever, just because he looks cool as hell. He's basically like if you took one of the coolest characters ever in King and just made him a Sith Lord. That's the character. He's dark, he's evil, he spits on you, and he talks shit, and he lariats your face off. And also, he has an electric. So it's so weird seeing a game that gets me as excited and nostalgic as Tekken does, and then I actually watch the top 8, and it's just Arslan Ash and Atif just fucking around and just bulldozing everybody, and then meeting in the weirdest grand finals ever, where Arslan just refuses to play Nina and gets his ass beat to the point of a reset just to pull out Nina and kick Atif's fucking teeth in. I don't know what's going on with this game, but I know it sucks to watch at the highest level. At the highest level, it feels like, I don't want to call it solved, but I want to call it just boring. Just utterly boring. I missed this Evo, and part of my reasoning for not going was, man, I went to Evo Tekken 8 Year 1 in 2024, and that shit was a travesty. I hated watching just a whole bunch of Dragunovs duking it out until Arslan showed up with his Nina and just waltzed to a victory. But that's exactly what happened, but they replaced Dragunov and Keisuke with, oh boy, I have to cheer for Chikarin playing fucking Clive and Lily. And I gotta cheer for Mulgold playing the worst Italian character in any fighting game, Claudio Serafino, who wishes he was as cool as a single character in JoJo's when he's doing his stupid uppercut and his sauceless mix. It's just so utterly baffling how a game with a character as cool as Armor King or as cool as like Brian Fury or like Heihachi, even a character like Fahkumram who doesn't look cool, then you play him and it's like, no, he's got some sauce, he's actually pretty tight. It's so weird how a game like this can be so bad, so good, and so easy to not recommend. It's way harder to recommend Tekken than it is to admit this game blows and you should probably just wait for whatever the next Tekken game is. Because the people I know who play this, they have more fun hanging out with the people that are a part of the community than they ever do playing the game. The game itself, nobody is like... I've played a lot of fighting games. I know fighting games that actually have people excited to watch them and play them and go out to play them. Tekken 8 is not that. Nobody's getting juiced up to like go to a Tekken 8 tournament right now. The people that play it are playing it out of a sense of kind of duty. It's a lot like End Stage. This game feels a lot like End Stage Street Fighter V, where there's some cool shit. The DLC ain't too bad, Fahkumram's cool. Armor King looks amazing. Heihachi wasn't bad. The new girl looks good even. The Madagascar chick who looks like she's got ogre's gauntlets or something and she's going to punch your stomach through your chest. And she looks cool. And there's a lot of things that are cool that are happening. But the framework of the game is just ass. So I just comp this game to Street Fighter V. There's going to be cool stuff going on while it gets to the end of its life cycle. But we really need either Tekken 9 or we need an actual Season 3 patch that tries to do some interesting things with Tekken 8, like take away heat, actually nerf some stuff, actually start taking some moves away, please. Because if they get to Tekken 9 and they're still just piling more shit on and it's just this overwhelming 50-50 game where it's just plus frames and Kusoge bullshit, it's just going to stay mid, dude. And mid's not going to do anything special. I think even if Street Fighter 6 is mid with some of its offensive prowess, the game itself is just such a freight train that it doesn't matter. Tekken 8 feels like the opposite. It feels like a really good IP stuck in the train station. Like it can't get any momentum because it's just still stuck with the same issues. I don't know. It was really weird watching this top 8 after the Armor King reveal and just watching how miserable it was. Just watching JDCR and Male Ill get fucked up. This guy playing Dragunov, this guy playing like Jack, and then Victor of all characters. And then I had to watch Nobi play Lars, Lowhigh with his Brian get annihilated. And then it was just, Clive and Lily, Claudio, and then Anna and Nina. It's just not fun to watch at all. And I gotta be real about it. I want to like this game, guys. I want to like this game. Do you see how cool Armor King looks? Fuck. And finally, you got the King in the Castle. King in the Castle. I don't know if you guys like Borat. I love Borat. I'm putting C. Viper on the screen because God motherfucking damn. Somebody call Ron Simmons. Damn. Somebody call that man. He needs to. You need to show. You need to. I don't even. There's no words. Top 8 was pretty good. Mickey's run was tight. But then at the end, I think it was just fatigue because I think Evo ran long and everybody in the crowd was so goddamn fatigued that I think Mena RD just won on pure having more space for Red Bull in the stomach. Mena RD was the biggest guy on stage at the end of the day, at the end of Evo Day 3. Everybody's tired. Everybody's been gambling. Everybody's been drinking. That motherfucker showed up with Red Bull in, like he was just raiding the Red Bull fridge, just slamming, just playing Blanca. That man is a tank of death. And salute to you. I'm kind of surprised that Punk didn't even make it to top 8. Maybe that's a sign of how shitty the game is. That might be a sign of how shitty the game is. It's just a fucking coin flip. One year, it's Punk going on the craziest run ever. The next year, it's just Mena RD showing up with that goddamn Blanca. And just level 2 super, get mixed, get burned out, you're dead, bitch. Eat shit. He kicked the shit out of Kakaru at the end. Kakaru just felt like he gave up. It was weird. It was crazy. Either Mena RD is that good and he just has his number, or it was just fatigue and just giving up. But Kakaru looked pissed when they gave him that silver medal. The top 8 was okay. I'm not going to call it nearly as good as any other games, but at least it wasn't as boring as Tekken 8, dude. This shit, like Mickey, his run was cool, seeing this young kid just play that good and beat a bunch of legends, seeing Fudo and Zhao Hai actually being good, and then Angry Birds showed up. It was just, I don't know. I can't call Street Fighter 6 good. I don't think so. I think it's, as somebody who's played, I think 5 Street Fighter titles, I think it's better than 5 by a lot, but that's not saying much. I think it's still way worse than Street Fighter 3 or Street Fighter 4 in terms of gameplay. And Alpha. It's just behind so many Street Fighters. So I can't get excited to play it that much, but I am going to get excited for Sagat and Elena. So I'm going to play the hell out of this one. Can't wait for C. Viper. Evo was pretty good watch this year. I'm sad I didn't go. I wish I had gone. But at the same time, I have to acknowledge, holy shit, Tekken 8 sucks dick, and we got to diversify some games. So catch you later. Have a good one.